Hi, everybody. Randy Stern here from Victory in Reseda, and we're in the driver's seat again. So that means we have a driver's seat chat for you. This is number 11, and great subject because I'm behind the wheel of a 2021 Hyundai Elantra SEL. Now, you probably have heard that the Hyundai Elantra won the North American Car of the Year for this year. It is the reigning winner of that prestigious award. And I could see why it won because there's a lot of really cool things to the Elantra. There's a lot of great styling, a lot of good engineering. Interior wise, it's a great cabin to be in. There's a lot that ticks the boxes. Now, I'm going to admit something. I didn't think this car was going to win this award, but I'm now, after maybe a few miles, and it only takes a few miles to figure out why. There's a lot to love about this car. The styling is different, but I've had some people confuse this with the Sonata. Size-wise, it's smaller than the Sonata. I think what the throw-off is the angular shape. I mean, there is a lot of design language mix between the two. However, I could tell you with confidence that they really went for something slightly different with the Elantra. They want to make a compact car with a lot of high style, a lot of good technology, just be ahead of the curve. And I think they've achieved this so far. The rear end, I want to talk about the rear end for a little bit. I wouldn't say it's controversial, but it's completely different. You have a fastback-like roofline. You also have these plastic panels on the C-pillar, which really should be panes of glass. But that's the only complaint I have of the design. Everything else is really cool. They elevated the height of the trunk itself, so you notice how higher it is on the rear end than it is in the front. So, sort of the short deck with a higher rear end. Jutting out to a spoiler that angles down to the taillight cluster, which is a full-length taillight cluster that bows out to the edges. I mean, it's a really cool car. It's a really cool looking car. And I could see why people would confuse this with the Sonata because there are some lines and shapes that may pertain to it. However, when the Tucson comes out, the 2022 Tucson comes out, then you'll understand why the Elantra was designed as such, because some of the cues on the 2022 Tucson is taken from the Elantra, which takes from the Sonata. So this is a new Hyundai design language they're playing with here. Inside, there are definitely some Sonata touches. The steering wheel is inspired by the Sonata. The controls is inspired by the Sonata. The only two things that I see different is the actual instrumentation screen. It has this white silvery finish on both the dials, which are all digital, by the way. So the SEL is supposed to be the middle model. I mean, the more popular model, the one that's going to sell more volume retail-wise. However, it really looks upscale if you just look at the instrumentation. I do have wireless CarPlay. That's also wireless Android Auto. Nice touchscreen right there, really within reach. And yes, the angle shows you how my hand is pertained to the screen, so that's great. Interesting touch. Now, here on the center console, you see there's this very sturdy, somewhat, bar that runs that kind of bridges, that kind of splits the passenger side from the driver's side. I'm not sure if it really is appropriate for a sedan to have this. This is more like a coupe or a sports car or even an SUV feature, but I guess this is what Hyundai wanted for the Elantra, and it's fine. It's fine. Although, if you're a married couple or dating, you might have to negotiate this a little bit. So, and you probably heard from touching this is the plastic is okay. It's a little scratchy. Of course, we're all kind of wanting higher quality materials. The materials are fine. It's not horrible. So let's get that out of the way. Rear seat room, I haven't had a chance to sit back there. I do know is that it's got cloth seats, which is a godsend because I've been sitting with a lot of leather and leatherette. Nothing wrong with those, but if you live in a climate where it's 100 degrees or above Fahrenheit, you know that leather burns. Leatherette, which is sort of a synthetic leather, does also burn too. Cloth is cooler. And as you can tell, I have a sunroof. Beautiful day here in the Twin Cities, by the way, about 45 degrees Fahrenheit, but it's a beautiful day. So looks like spring is here, slowly getting to the temp, so we could consider spring. Trunk is huge, and I haven't gotten the figures yet. I'm still working through a lot of things. Trunk is huge. I like the opening, and also it's easy to open. There's a little button that's right underneath the logo. It looks discreet, which is good. But, you know, if you got your proximity key with you, just press the button, open up, load her in. It's perfect. It's great. It's a lot great space back there, and I believe the seats do fold down. Powering the SEL is a 2-liter 4-cylinder engine. Very familiar to those of us who drive Hyundais for this kind of work. 147 horsepower, connected to CVT and front-wheel drive. Very spunky car. I love the performance of this engine when it's fitted to the right vehicle. I don't want to repeat myself on that because that is a point to be made with these cars, especially Hyundais and Kias that have the same driveline. If the weight is low, the engine's perfect. If the weight's a little bit heavy, it's okay. But perfect set for the car. I don't have pricing with me at this point. However, you can assume that most of your Hyundai Elantra models are going to be in the $20,000 range and above. So that's all I got for you. 2021 Hyundai Elantra North American Car of the Year. And if you like these videos or want to see me crash and burn, click the subscribe button below if you're on YouTube. And don't forget the notification bell because it will tell you when one of these videos are coming up. Otherwise, have a great day. And if it's beautiful in your part of the country, enjoy it.